All right, welcome back to the Nevada van trip video series. If you missed the first episode, you might want to check that one up. I'll put a link to it right up here if you want to watch that first. So right now we are on the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah, right on the border of Nevada. In just a minute here, we're going to take off. We're going to cross over into Nevada, and then we are going to camp out close to a really cool hot springs that we will go to tomorrow morning. There's going to be 2 hot springs in this video that we'll be visiting. You're not going to want to miss them. So without further ado, let's hit the road.
I know you're gold, all on your own.
Okay, so Kent just made me film for him, but now I'm getting back in the van.
I keep thinking it's only us in here tonight. I know that you're not looking for somebody, but let me be the one tonight. Don't need a sign.
Okay, so we just hit the turn off to the hot springs. We've got to go up this dirt road here. From what I've heard, the road's a little bit gnarly and I don't really know how capable this van is. So we're just gonna kind of take it slow, and then we might just stop and set up camp for the night if it gets too bad and walk the rest of the way. So let's see how it goes.
Be the one tonight.
Okay, we made it as far as we're gonna go in the van. The road was kind of like bumpy like this, but we made it okay. We just got to a pretty deep little stream crossing that I don't want to try, so we're just gonna stay here. To be honest, it's a pretty cool spot to camp. We've got this whole open field here, good places for hider to run, and the hot springs is pretty close right up there, so we'll just walk the rest of the way when we're ready to go. All right, good morning, what's going on? So we just ended up staying here in this meadow last night. We haven't gone to the hot springs yet. We just kind of relaxed and made some dinner and all that good stuff. So now it is the next morning. We are about to head up to the hot springs, and it's perfect for the hot springs today. It's pretty cold, so it should be very nice to soak in the warm water. Hider's ready to go. He's been running around having a good time. Anyway, let's go up to the hot springs. Just a short walk from here, so here we go.
All night, we've been talking all night. Out here sipping my ties on the coast. Good life, we're living a good life. Out here in the sunlight, get the about all of these things that people say, leaving me with nothing at all. Working hard to catch a break, that 9 to 7 every day. A voice kept telling me to let it go.
That was an awesome time at this hot springs. Really cool spot, and the water is absolutely perfect. I just want to put out a little public notice / announcement. Hot springs like this are so cool, and if you want to come to them, that's great. But it happens all the time where these things get shut down because people, they come in here and they leave garbage everywhere, they graffiti over everything, and it's no good. So if you like this kind of stuff, make sure when you come that you don't leave trash, you pack out whatever you bring, you don't spray paint stuff. And if you really want to make a difference, then you could bring a trash bag and pick up a little bit of garbage on your way out and get rid of it. All right, we're ready to take off. Today we are going to the middle of Nevada. There's this huge crater just out in the middle of nowhere, and we're gonna try and find it. So it's a pretty long drive. I'm gonna put the camera away for a while, and I will update you guys later. Okay, so we pretty much drove throughout the whole day, and now we are here at this massive crater in the middle of absolute nowhere. Pretty crazy what it took to get here. We drove on a highway that hardly had any cars on it at all, and then drove about 10 miles on a dirt road, didn't see a soul, and we were the only ones up here. So that's pretty crazy. It's beautiful. It's massive though. I think this crater was created by a series of like volcanic eruptions slash explosions, because it is huge. It's pretty cool. So we're gonna spend the night here, and then there's a hot springs not far from here that we're gonna be hitting up in the morning, first thing. So beautiful stuff. Gotta love it out here. Okay, good morning. It's kind of a cool place to wake up here next to the crater. At night, the moon was out and the shadow on the crater was kind of creepy. It made us almost feel like we were on the surface of the moon. So today we are heading out to that hot springs. It's pretty close to here. We're gonna drive over there right now. We should be there shortly, so see you then. Okay, so we made it to the last hot springs that we're going to on this trip. This one is a pretty cool spot. It used to be like a hot springs resort for travelers that were coming through here, and it shut down. So now you have to kind of just sneak in and go in the hot water. I came here recently with my brother and the water was actually too hot to enjoy, but now it's a lot colder outside, so I'm thinking that might make the water cool down a little bit to where it might be bearable. So let's go check it out. Hopefully it's good to swim in. Okay, that hot springs was pretty cool. Unfortunately, we actually got busted by the landowner. She saw us in there and she came and she got really upset. She was like, "You guys need to leave. You need to leave right now. I'm gonna call the sheriff." And fortunately, she let us just leave. But I didn't realize that hot springs is still, you know, looked at. I thought it was completely kind of forgotten, abandoned, but apparently the landowner still pays attention. So if you know where that hot springs is, I would suggest not going there because it is watched by the owners and you might get in trouble for being there. So anyway, that's all I have for this video. Thanks for taking your time to watch, and I'll see you in the next one.